Have you ever wondered how to set the golf club in your backswing, or what wrist angle you need to have, or what that even means with a wrist hinge? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how your wrist angles match up to the grip that you have. So a lot of golfers come to me and they're confused on how their hands work in the golf swing, and we use our hands in multiple different ways throughout the swing. There's a lot going on. There's flexion and extension and ulnar and radial deviation and supination and pronation and all these things going on with our wrists. And so what we have to understand is it's not so much what you have to do to be like somebody else, it's what you have to do to match up to your wrist angle. So what I mean by that is how you marry your hands on the golf club dictates how you should set the golf club. So a lot of golfers try to set the club to what they think is correct, and they don't actually get good wrist angles. So here's what I kind of mean by that. When we take our golf club, and build our grip, we can hinge the golf club in a 90-degree window between 90 degrees to our target line or parallel to our target line. And a lot of times when I'm working with golfers, just simply getting them to go through that range of motion, they'll tell me where it actually starts to relax, and they'll start to feel tense in different places in that window. And we're looking for the one that has the least amount of tension, but the one where we can create the most angle. And so what I mean by that is like if you're trying to create a lot of downward lag, you want to be like the Sergio Garcia of your country club, we have to be able to create that much angle in the downswing. And if we don't have our hinge in the right direction, we won't get it. So if you're a golfer that plays with your right hand or your trail arm more on top of the golf club, so what I mean by that is if your hand sits more on top like this, your hinge angle is going to match more to parallel down the target line, and that's where you're going to be able to work the golf club the best on your hinge angle. If you're more of a stronger golfer, Zach Johnson, or play it more from the underneath side, your coach here, you play it more from under, you're going to hinge more in front of you. And so when we look at it from down the line, here's what I mean. If I take an under grip and I put my right hand underneath the golf club and I set it straight in front of me, turn and lift my arms, the golf club's set pretty close to square, pretty close to parallel to the target line, and not really across the line or laid off, and pretty square here at the top, not shut or open. Now, I take that same grip, a little strong, now I hinge it down to parallel the target line, rotate, lift my arms, you can start to see that the club face now gets really shut and way across the line. So I didn't change my grip, I changed where it hinged, and that changed a lot what happened at the top. So now let's just to show you the opposite, put my right hand on top, now I hinge it straight up, turn and lift my arms, the club face is laid off and open. If I then get my hand on top, get it to parallel the target line, turn and lift, again, the club's pretty square and not really across the line or laid off. It's pretty close. So again, it's very different for everybody, but I have a great drill that I use to help people kind of go through this, and once they figure out the right angle, we do this drill a lot. And so the first thing we do to figure out the correct angle for your grip, and a lot of it has to do with your lead arm grip. So you do is you get your left hand on the golf club where it normally goes, and there's a little bump in the back of your thumb where your thumb meets your wrist. There's a little depression there, and you want to push on that in this part of the assessment. You get set up, you push on that little part of your wrist, and you let that club hinge where you feel that club naturally starts to set in that hand. So I naturally don't want to do this, but if I just want to work it straight up from there, club kind of hinges to there. Put my right hand grip on, turn, lift, pretty good at the top. So the drill I have a lot of my players do is we'll have them find that angle. So for me, it's about 30 degrees off of perpendicular to my target. So you can call it, 90 and 0. I'm at like 60. So we get to that angle, bam, and from here it's kind of like a Ryan Moore move. We're in good posture, we turn, lift, swing through, and we can start working on a pattern of building up a good backswing. And what I mean by that is too often we're in a rush in our takeaway and we miss the angle in which we hinge, and a lot of golfers do this, right? We just kind of throw our hand behind us as we make that motion. And so take that time to get it set to that angle, turn your body, lift your arms, swing through, and you can start to create a sense of what it should feel like to get to a good top position in your backswing. And as you start to get better, you can eliminate stops. But for now, I would say go to setup, hinge, turn, lift, swing through, right? And you start to get that feel. Now, start to eliminate positions. So you get set up, and this is what I mean by that. You get set up, you hinge, you turn, and now instead of stopping after my arms go up, I'm just going to go up with my arms and swing through. So I go hinge, turn, and so now it's starting to become more like a golf swing. That one felt kind of good, actually. And then now let's eliminate another one. So all I'm going to do here is just the hinge. Boom. Now I'm going to turn, lift, and go. So that by the time I get done working my way through this drill, I'll just skip over all the stops, go right to a full swing. Now again, in this drill, stopping's okay because we're trying to hit all of our points. The critical thing we're doing here is trying to make sure we get our wrist set in the right position. Boom. But if you're a poor turner in your backswing, you can set it, rotate, eliminate that step. If you don't get your arms up high enough, you can eliminate that step, and now you're at the top of your backswing ready to roll. But as you get better, you can start to eliminate positions as you go through, and now you have a drill that you can work your way up or work your way down in the driving range and do some productive practice hitting those key points in your backswing. So if you like this drill, be sure to go down and like the comments, leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel for some more great tips coming your way. Till then, see you later.